Hello everyone, welcome back. Severt is here, coming back with part 2 of What If Deku made his own omnitrix. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and where we last left off, Izuku has gone, of course, into the entrance exam of UA. And after horribly failing the exam while his omnitrix that he made for the exam wasn't working as he hoped to, All Might being forced to save him, he and Uraka from being crushed under the robot. He saved Izuku from falling while he saved Uraka by destroying the robot. In the end, Izuku left the place and gone back into the forest. And after looking into the things inside the inside the ship of course, none other than Azimuth, just start destroying things because he's angry that his device has failed again. But in the end, he hear the sound of the jar that filled with that weird looking black substance parasite as Izuku, when he looked at him, he immediately got an idea, a crazy idea. And he decided to keep this idea for tomorrow. And now we continue. Izuku gone back into his home. Of course, Inko said, "Oh, hello Izuku, welcome back." "Oh, hey mom, hello." "What's wrong, Izuku? How was your entrance exam?" "I failed horribly. I think I'm gonna make it into the general course, but the heroes is not really gonna work." I'm sorry for hearing this, Izuku, but don't worry, mom, it's nothing too much. I'm just gonna go to my room." As Izuku just go into his room and close the door behind of him. After that, he just take his blueprints out of his bag and said, "Alright, now let's see how I'm gonna work. I need to make some sort of a mechanic, this will gonna be such a hard task, but I'll have to make that parasite work with me instead of killing me. Now how am I gonna do this?" As Izuku start just drawing on his board, or just on the desk, thinking what he's gonna do, how he gonna make the energy flow, how he gonna make the parasite convince him in his own way or something like that. In the end, the next day, Izuku go back into the forest because it's been, it's only 1 week before the UA tell everyone about what they done, of course, to tell them if they got into UA or not. Izuku got into the forest, and after that he saw the parasite as he said, "Alright, my old friend, it's time for you to shine." As he take the jar, and immediately after that, trying to keep things safely, not making the parasite touching his body, at least without something to protect him, so he doesn't, just eat his organs or something like that. In the end, Izuku make like a prototype and infuse it with of course, the little substance, taking a little bit from the parasite looking creature and put it inside the omnitrix, seeing how this will gonna work. As the result were that the omnitrix start to develop some weird tentacles around of it. And Izuku seeing the tentacles just moving, saying, interesting. This looks like it's alive. Maybe I created another parasite? This is really interesting." And after that, Izuku seeing just the tentacles pointing on one of the directions, just moving in that direction like they want to go there. As Izuku said, "Why are you pointing there?" As Izuku looking there, he see, of course, a couple of DNAs that he just putting on the desk on the other side of the ship. As Izuku said, "So you want DNA? Interesting. This will gonna be certainly useful." "Well, let's see what can I do too." And after that, Izuku and that week he was just working and working, trying to create some sort of an organic device, trying to fuse the living parasite creature with the technology of the omnitrix to create something. Something is might not be as as strong as the original omnitrix that, of course, Azimuth made, but something will gonna be useful. In the end, Izuku got, of course, into the general studies as he got into UA for his first day. He go inside and sit in his desk as he just looking on his left. He sees someone with a purple hair. As Izuku seeing him, he didn't pay him so much attention. He just and on his desk, just writing inside his notebook what he will gonna do. As Izuku said in his mind, alright, today I'm gonna finally experiment it on myself. I did it a lot with rats, and the results were actually fascinating. The rats will gonna has developed some sort of an abilities that it was supposed to be for an aliens before, like the heat blast one or the other one that turned into metal. His skin turned into metal, which is gonna give him such a strong durability. I'm gonna have to work on that later on. And after that, the class started. Izuku answering some questions that the teacher asked him, of course. And this is just, the general course. So what do you expect me to do? It's not like the hero course. They will not gonna get expelled from the first day. As in the end, Izuku just looking out of the window, seeing Class 1A just out training. As he's seeing Bakugan sit. Of course, he's there. Katsuki, I'm gonna want. Just wait and I'm gonna show you. And after that, Izuku done from the class and the day of the school ended. As he started running out of the class while the same purple-haired kid looking at him weird. As after that, Izuku just running out, he hear a sound from behind saying, "Wait, why are you running so fast? You seem off yourself or something like that. You seem like you want to do something so fast." As Izuku looking behind, he see Shinso. As Izuku said, "Yeah, I kinda have something important to do. Sorry, but I'm not here for chatting." As Izuku just leave him while Shinso said, well, he's kinda acting weird, but anyways, as Shinso just leave the place and Izuku gone back into the forest. After that, Izuku got into the ship, very excited because this is the day, this is the time that he will gonna finally do it. As Izuku said, "Alright, now I build the device, I build the technology part. Now all what I need to do is just to put the organic part, which is here's where is come your turn, my little friend." As he looking on the parasite, and after that he just take the jar, wearing something to protect himself, and after that he see the parasite just trying to go into the omnitrix of Izuku. In the end, Izuku just dropping all the black substance on the omnitrix, and immediately after that, shocking the device and the parasite with an energy from the energy core of the ship, as the green light just engulfed everything. And when the light ended, Izuku just seeing in front of him and on the table, seeing that the device and the weird parasite has morphed with the device fully. As Izuku seeing the device just literally moving as like a living being. As Izuku said, "Alright, I think it's worked. There's only one way to try to find out. Alright, Midoriya, once you put this on your hand, the parasite will gonna launch himself into your body, which will gonna result in you will not be able to take it off. So here it goes nothing." As Izuku just moving his right hand a little bit closer into the device, as the weird omnitrix start to move its tentacles towards Izuku hand and wrap her tentacles around Izuku, and after that just launching itself into Izuku arm. Izuku immediately feeling a massive pain, feeling that these tentacles are going into his blood veins, into his body, as the device just morphed himself into Izuku hand. Izuku breathing heavily, saying, "Damn it, it's really hurting, but I wish that we're gonna go as planned." And after that, Izuku go a little bit closer into another table, seeing a couple of DNAs on the table. Izuku said, "Alright, If my theory is right, you are able to take the DNA of the living beings, which include, of course, aliens, and I think you will be able to take the DNA of other things like animals. I need to experiment later, but let's see. As Izuku just taken a jar with that filled with some DNA, and the little weird omnitrix just creating like four tentacles going on the jar, just wrapping itself around the jar. Izuku just open it up, and the omnitrix just launch itself, or not just jump out of Izuku hand, just making one of its tentacles go inside the jar and taking the DNA. As it starts going crazy, glowing with yellow colors and just the dial going up and down, and after that, it's just turned around and gone normal. As Izuku said, well, let's see if it works. As Izuku coming outside of the ship. As after that, Izuku just flip up the dial of the ultimate of the omnitrix that he didn't choose its name yet, and immediately just choose, of course, the only alien that inside the watch, which is Heat Blast. As Izuku, once he press the dial, instead of his body being engulfed in a green light, the device immediately start covering Izuku's body with a black substance, and after that, the black substance just disappeared, and Izuku looking like this. As Izuku looking at himself, he said, "It actually worked! It actually worked! This is so cool! So cool! Well, let's see what you can do, little one." And after that, Izuku starts shooting some flames around of him, enjoying himself, seeing that his device actually worked. And after that, Izuku just saying, "Oh, this is so fun, but why do I feel so?" And immediately, the device just covered Izuku with a black substance again as he transformed back into his human form. And said, "Why do I feel so tired?" As he just looking on the device, he said, "Well, I don't really know why am I feeling so tired, but I need to give you a name. How about the paramitrix? It's like it's a stand for parasite and omnitrix. Yeah, paramitrix. I think I'm gonna call it that." And after that, Izuku starts hearing a voice from behind, like giggling on him, or not giggling, technically, is just roaring. As Izuku looking back, he see a black wolf. As Izuku tried to stand, but he immediately fall on the ground, saying, "I'm so tired, but I need to run away." As he tried to stand, but the wolf starts coming closer and closer to Izuku and starts bowing at him. Immediately after that, Izuku tried to protect himself by crossing his hands together. The paramatrix immediately start doing some tentacles. Some tentacles start, to point on the direction of the wolves. Izuku said, I'm not gonna go closer to him." As immediately after that, the paramatrix shooting four tentacles so long, going basically on the wolf, engulfing the whole body of the wolf with black substance. And immediately after that, a couple of seconds go, as the paramatrix just retrieve the tentacles and start glowing with the yellow color, while the wolf has fallen on the ground. Izuku said, what's happened? And why do I feel all of a sudden so energetic and so strong?" As Izuku starts, moving his body, saying, "I feel like all my energy has come back." As he looking on the wolf, he see him getting closer and start listening to his heartbeat, but the wolf is dead. As Izuku said, "Wait, did you take his life energy or something like that? You eat his organs, right?" As Izuku, just trying to feel the organs of the wolf, but he doesn't feel anything. The wolf is literally just meat and bones from inside. As Izuku said, "You eat all of his organs. Well, that's so sadistic, but at the same time so cool." And why are you glowing with a yellow color? And after that, the Ultimatrix or the Paramatrix just starts spinning and showing Izuku a new transformation after, like, literally engulfing the wolf DNA with Izuku DNA, creating, like, just a new transformation. As Izuku looking into the dial, he said, "Huh, a new transformation? Cool. Let's see if what is this?" As Izuku press on the dial and immediately, right now he's looking like this. As Izuku looking at his hands and said, "Huh, a werewolf? This is cool. Let's see what you can do, little one." And after that, he just starts jumping left and right and starts doing some shockwave or sound waves by screaming out of his mouth. In the end, Izuku just pressed back on the dial, de-transforming, because this is his own little toy. It's not like, Azimuth toy that he doesn't know how to transform immediately if he want to. Izuku turned back into his human form and said, "I finally did it. I really finally being able to do it. This will be so cool, and I can finally be a hero that I always wanted to be. But first of all, I'm gonna need more DNA. The only DNAs that were inside that ship, it was just the heat blast one and the other one, which is, I believe it's the same DNA of the person that made the blueprints in the first place. His name is Asmith? Yeah, I'm just gonna put his DNA inside the paramatrix, and after that, maybe I'm gonna search for a little bit about some animals that I might be able to actually do something great with it." And after that, Izuku just go inside the ship and giving the paramatrix the DNA of a Galvan. Izuku just transform into a Galvan and start thinking a little bit as he find the answer for his question. Zoo. And zoo. Why is not going to the zoo? There is a lots of animals there. A lots of very rare ones too. Ones that not even in Japan, which is will gonna give him a good chance to see how he will be able to use those DNAs. As Izuku said, "Well, I think I'm gonna go tomorrow to the zoo, but I need to do something here. I can't just let the paramatrix decide what am I gonna transform to." So, as Izuku start working a little bit, and after that, he creating like let's just say a DNA builder, or like a DNA morphing table. Morphing table, that's a good name. That's a weird one. As Izuku, just looking on the table and said, "Well, this will gonna be such a useful thing." And this table is basically made for Izuku specifically. He is like there is a hole inside this table. When he put his right arm, which is having the paramatrix inside of it, inside that hole, he will gonna see all the DNA that the paramatrix has collected, and he can like build how he reshape how the aliens or the creatures that he transformed to will gonna look like, changing their appearance and changing their abilities based on the DNAs that he have and the materials that he have. Is basically like a crafting table. Anyways, Izuku go back into his home for the rest of the day, and immediately in the next day, Izuku go into UA as he just right now in the cafeteria just eating some food while he's looking on his paramatrix, feeling it start moving a little bit. As Izuku, hearing a sound from behind saying, "Hey, I know this kid. You are the one with the green hair that tried to save me." As Izuku looking behind and he see Uraka, as he said, "Oh, yeah, it's you are. Who are you?" "My name is Uraka. Nice to meet you, and thank you for trying to save me. And what was your quirk? It was kinda awesome. You turned into that weird flying fire creature, and for some reason you just de-transform. Can't you control it?" As Izuku said, "Nah, not really. I can't control it fully." And after that, Izuku just start feeling the paramatrix doing some tentacles going into Oraka, as Izuku immediately covering the paramatrix with his left hand and trying to hide it, as Oraka said, "What's wrong with your watch? Is there something wrong?" As Izuku said, no, no, it's nothing. It's nothing at all. And after that, they start hearing an alarm system as everyone starts just panicking and everything is just going all around while Izuku Paramatrix is just going crazy, pointing on a lots of directions on the students of UA just want to taste their DNAs as Izuku said, shut up, you idiot. You're gonna fucking kill me. As after that, Izuku being smashed into the windows. As he's seeing someone outside, it's like a transporter has managed to jump above the walls. As Izuku said, alright, I'm getting done from this. And immediately Izuku flipped the dial and he press the dial of the paramitrix as he being covered by a black substance, and when the substance goes away he transforms into werewolf. As immediately after that he starts screaming on the top of his lungs, making everyone shut the fuck up as they just see this weird werewolf, like a humanoid wolf or something like that with the green eyes, and just looking at them as werewolf said, could you fucking shut up? It's just a transporter, for God's sake. There is nothing happening. You a student, what a joke. You trying to become a hero while you were just so panicking like a little chickens inside a jar from seeing a little fox going to hunt you down. What a fucking idiots. As after that, Izuku just de-transform as he being covered by the black substance again, and when the substance just goes away he turned back into his human form and said, next time try to act more heroic, it's just a transporter. As Izuku walk away out of the cafeteria while lots of people there wondering what the hell has just happened. They just saw this kid that suddenly were a werewolf, after that being covered by a black weird substance and immediately just turned back into human. They wondering what's happened there, but they just calm down in the end. Izuku in the end of the day of UA, he just going out of UA as he hearing a sound from behind saying, hey, you are Izuku Midoriya, right? You are the one that's transformed into inside the cafeteria. I saw it. What's your quirk? It's really fascinating. And how didn't you even get into the hero course? As Izuku looking back, he sees Shinso as he said, wait, aren't you Shinso? I knew you. You are from my class. General Studies? Yeah, nice to meet you. As Izuku shake, of course. Shinso just putting his right hand in front of Izuku, waiting for him to shake it. Izuku was about to move his right arm, but he looking down, he see tentacles from the paramitrix going into Shinso, as Shinso said, is everything okay? As Izuku said, yeah, everything okay, as he just shake his hand with his left. And Shinso, seeing this, he's quite, weird about this, saying, why isn't Izuku using his right one? But he didn't ask, question it. Shinso said, well, so, do you have anything to do tonight? Or do you want, to just get out and just hang out? As Izuku said, how I really have something to do tonight, but maybe, maybe tomorrow I can go with you after school. Tonight I have something important I need to do, alright? As Shinso said, cool. Alright, see you around, Midoriya. As Shinso just leave the place and Izuku start walking towards the zoo. And it's right now nighttime and Izuku just hiding in one of the alleyways, putting his hoodie on his head and just putting a mask on his face. Not a full face mask, it's just a basic mask. As Izuku said, alright, it's time to do this. Are you ready? As he just looking on his paramatrix while it's still moving. And this I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part. And what do you think will gonna happen in the next part? Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.